Hey everyone, what we're going to do today is another crappie jig and a semi-hook review. In the vise is a 1/16 ounce Do It Freestyle head. It's got a size 4 Victory uh, 11-149 sickle style hook. Now, I compared these to the size 4 Matsuos and the size 4 Little Nasties that I have. I'm going to make some observations here that, but I can't really, uh, how could I say, I can't give you a full review until I actually try it out in the water. But what I can tell you is this. Uh, when you line these up, this is sort of a mix of the Matsuo and the Little Nasty. The wire is a little bit thinner than the Matsuo. It's more on the line of the Eagle Claw Little Nasty. The bends, however, back here are right in line with the Matsuo. And the point is curved in. I don't know if you can see that, but the point has that little curve on it like the Little Nasty does. But I can tell you this much. It is sharper than the Matsuo and even the Little Nasty. This thing is wicked bad sharp, and playing with these for a few days, I could tell you that the hook point seems to be holding up. I've stuck it in a number of things, and I've also nicked myself and was bleeding tying a couple of these up. So that, and I didn't know I was bleeding until I happened to see what, like, I'm not drinking Kool-Aid. It was blood. Wicked sharp. We're going to see this week how this performs on the water, but right now I'm really liking this hook. So let's get started with our jig here. This is going to be a pattern I call Minner, Little Minner actually, and it's because of the New Age chenille, which is called Minner. The paint is my own concoction, and all it is, if you want to make it yourself, I made it to match this chenille about 5 years ago. It is an ounce and a half of clear powder paint and 1 1/4 teaspoons of fine metallic green glitter. That's it. You could put it over top of silver or over top of gray. It works really nice, but it's real simple to do. Follow that ratio and uh, see where it gets you. If you like it this way, fine. If you want a little heavier concentration, add a little bit more glitter. If you want a little less, put some more clear into it. But start off 1.5 ounces of powder, 1.25 teaspoons of um, fine green glitter. So let's get started. We're going to take some 140 denier white and we'll get our base started. This is a real simple and easy one. I was yapping longer than what it'll take to tie this. And we're going to go all the way down to that first bend. Like I said, with these Victory hooks, the bends are almost identical to the Matsuo. A little different than the Little Nasty. So we got our thread there. When you hang it, it should be right around the barb. The barb is also smaller. I forgot to tell you. The barb is smaller than the Little Nasty and the Matsuo. So these should penetrate really well, and they're probably going to be, if you hook a fish with a harder jaw like a large or a smallmouth on it, they're going to stick. I had to get that out of the way. So anyway, we got our thread tied or base going down there to just about the barb, and I'm going to wrap it back up, and this is going to have a feather tail, and just gray, just a simple gray tail. You want it about a hook shank and a half distance. I already cut this and measured it out, so I'm about a hook shank and a half. I like a little bit longer tail, depending on the material. So we're going to tie it out. Not all the way down, just about. Got to unravel it and make sure we stay centered. Somebody gave me the tip to flatten the stem, but on this smaller tip on a saddle hackle, on the neck hackle it works good, but I'm flattening such a small surface area and it's such a small wire hook, it doesn't seem to stick. But I appreciate it anyway because it did help with my other hackle tying. So we're going to take a V. You got to get it oriented the same way as my tip. And the same thing, we're going to take another V and put it on the bottom. If I can pick it up. Again, I got to make sure I orient it the right way. And we're pretty good. I'm just going to lash it down real tight. All the way back to where we started, which done. Now I'm going to take this medium-sized New Age chenille. I'm going to take some fibers off the end there so we're tying in by that core. And this is a color called Minner. It's a natural bait fish color, but it's got this green mylar in it. It really shows up nice. I know it's hard to see because I put the filter on the camera, but it was too dark with this particular pattern. I don't know if you could see the green flashes in that, but pretty good stuff. I found this a long time ago, and see, I'm yapping too much. I got ahead of myself. I apologize for that. Green pearl polar flash. I'm looking and wondering, boy, there's no light reflection. What happened? This. And what I did was I took two strands, cut it in half. And I'm going to take one half. Get my thread under control here. Tie it in. Fold it over. And we'll trim it off. We want it even with the end of that tip. So maybe a little past won't hurt. The same thing, I'm taking the other half of them two strands. I'm going to flip it up. Get a couple wraps on that. Fold it over. As always. Trim it off. Our flash is in. Now we can put our chenille in. I'm telling you, I haven't had it this hard in a while. Well, I already got the end of this ready to tie in, so we're good to go. Yeah, and I pulled off the end. Jeez. And of course, it's sticking to the thread. Now, if I wanted it to stick to the thread, nope, it wouldn't happen. I appreciate you putting up with my mistakes here. This is the first one of these. I got to tie a bunch of them up. So, trying to go a little quick, but I wanted you to see this pattern while I'm on this, and I wanted to do that, show you the victory hooks for those that seen that they came out and are looking at maybe adding them based on what I've seen so far. I'm really liking it, but again, the real performance test comes on the water. That's what's going to tell me if the rubber meets the road. Our chenille is tied in. Couple more wraps for the collar, and we'll whip finish this and call it a day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I do get a little overzealous with the whip. 2, 3, 4. How's that? We'll only go 4 for the second one. I'll take a little water-based head cement here. And we are good to go. I'll show you what we have. There you have it. That is the Minner, or Lil Minner as I like to call it. Real easy. And I know people get tired of the chenille type crappie jigs, but I'll tell you what, they're easy to tie and they're really effective. They catch a lot of fish and they hold up well. Just a really good, easy thing to tie. And like I said, you can get creative with this, especially with all the colors of chenille that they have. But that's it. That's our Lil Minner. Give it a shot. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.